Okay, good evening everybody and welcome back to Press Play. I'm your host JJ48 and tonight we're going to be hopefully making a bit more progress in Knights of the Old Republic 2. I'm not sure exactly how much content we have left. It's possible we might finish tonight, although I am expecting when we confront Kreia, I imagine there's going to be quite a bit of dialogue, so that'll be quite a bit of time in itself, in addition to anything else that we have to go through. But for now, we are trolling HK47 alone, and I believe we're going after the droids, the other HK units, the HK51s, that seem to have been based on HK47's model, and he didn't take too kindly to that. You might notice Telos Underground Base. This is where we came when we were on our way to see Atris. When we went down to Telos' surface, we came into the military base and ended up taking a shuttle from here. So it started us right outside the door to the sub-level. I guess that means we're going down there. Maybe we'll get to see a bit more of the base that we didn't before, or see some stuff happen that we didn't get to see the first time.
Statement. The turbolift has been accessed, but no organics or hostiles have been detected entering the complex. Query. Is there a sensor malfunction? Irritated statement. The probability of such a malfunction is extremely low. Order. Run a scan of all units within the complex. Processing. Scan commencing. Result. Only HK units detected. Premonition. Something is wrong. Very wrong.
Can droids have premonitions? Seems rather interesting. It'll also be interesting to see how this confrontation goes, because in our whenever we've encountered the assassin droids with HK in our party, they couldn't fire on him and he couldn't fire on them because his self-preservation protocols identify them as kind of being part of him. So I'm not entirely sure what he's intending to do here by himself without any of the rest of the crew to actually try to destroy the HK units. But presumably he has some plan to, I don't know, maybe shut down their production or do something that can break the connection. We'll find out. So, okay, we have...
Accuracy ratio achieved.
Before we start destroying turrets, let's see if we can hijack any of them. Okay, security cameras. Okay, munitions center. Okay, they just said only HK units detected. Those do not look like HK units. So I think right away something's wrong with the diagnostics in this facility. Okay, well, looks like some of the floaty triple arm droids and some of the single foot popping droids. Okay. Control center. More non-HK droids. Reactor core. Okay. What commands can we do? So how many we have? 13 computer spikes. Seems odd that a droid would have so little computer use, but I guess he wasn't really made for hacking. Let's open all security doors. Failure, access denied. Override activated, doors sealed. The security doors that lead to the lower levels of the manufacturing plant have been sealed off. It looks as if only when the base itself is threatened, or if there is an emergency loss of power, can the security locks be opened. when the base is threatened, that's when the security doors open? Okay, doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but let's upload the area schematics. This level looks to be a sub-level to the military base. There is an extensive droid manufacturing facility located on the level below. The manufacturing facility, however, is sealed off with security doors. These doors can only be opened if there is an emergency drop in power, or if the manufacturing facility is threatened. Okay, maybe it's saying the manufacturing facility being on the floor below, only if that floor specifically is threatened, then the doors will open, because this level is broken down into 3 separate centers: Munitions Center, Control Center, and the Reactor Core. Okay. So maybe it's saying that, like, if there's a problem on the floor below, then the security doors open so that people can escape. Not if there's a problem in the military levels, then the doors open. Maybe that makes sense. Okay, so what can we say about the Munitions Center? Weapons testing, droid operations, construction, and maintenance. Okay, Control Center. Military tracking of Telos surface and atmosphere, Communications Center. It looks like it also governs all the communications taking place in the computer. And the Reactor Core. There is a backup reactor core to the level above, and it also regulates power to the manufacturing plant below. Okay, so presumably we're going to want to try to get to the reactor core and cause some kind of power fluctuation. Okay. Okay, yeah, we already tried opening all the security doors, so okay. Yeah, we destroyed the turret anyway. I was kind of hoping maybe we'd have something like reprogram the turrets to be on our side.
Unnecessary statement. That is Unit HK47. Unnecessary addendum. He has entered our base. Dismissive statement. It does not matter. He is obsolete. He can no more harm us than he could harm himself. The military droids will be more than sufficient to intercept the obsolete unit and reduce him to component parts.
Oh, okay. I thought these force fields were like the security doors that we'd have to open, but apparently we can just walk through them. Or we can disable them and then where am I headed here? Okay, this is the communications console. Okay, we'll head over here first. Check out this area. Over here's the reactor. Let's try to check that out last, because I think that's going to be our ultimate goal. Okay, this is to HK manufacturing plant, so presumably we're going to have to do... Okay, these large doors are the ones that we have to get open somehow, I guess. Workbench. Okay, so it's like the manufacturing area up there. So we'll put a workbench in it if we need it. Okay, let's slice the computer. Okay, there's absolutely no point in slicing the computer. Oh. Unless we want to overload the conduit in here. Yeah. Would be a good way to destroy any droids that are in there. Okay. There we go. Took out one droid. Okay, let's...
Ratio achieved.
Well, let's see, can I see how much health I have here? 360 out of 384. Okay, so that lost us 24 health. I'm not sure the HK51 units are correctly calculating their odds if they think these things are going to pose a great threat to me. I'm gonna like pick up a bunch of spare parts from all these guys. Here's some remains. Droid energized armor Mark 1. Well, that sounds interesting. Ooh. Okay, so our current armor has a defense bonus of 9, but a penalty to our dexterity and some damage immunity to some physical attacks. Energized armor has defense bonus of 12, fortitude save plus 5, so that's really good. Energized armor draws on the droid's power source and applies a current through a specially designed matrix on the armor. This energy matrix binds the molecules of the armor together to create a nearly impenetrable physical barrier. Extremely difficult to manufacture, energized armor takes years to produce, thus making it the most expensive droid armor on the open market. I mean, I have a little bit of difficulty believing that, considering how easy it was for us to take out the other droid that was using it, but it's still better than what we've got currently, so. Okay, HK does not know how to pick a lock, or rather he knows how to pick it with a gun. Broken item, and we got some electromesh armor. Is that an underlay, or is that actual armor? Plate suit. Okay, no, that's Zace and Shah warrior armor. Okay, we're looking for electromesh armor. Let's look just in armor, assuming it'll be here. There we go. Okay, medium armor with the +6 dexterity bonus. That's pretty good. This flexible armor is used by Nagai soldiers. It is highly resistant to blaster fire, and it is designed to allow the Nagai to fully capitalize on their naturally high dexterity. Okay, parts, credits, droid multispectral emitter, components and credits. You weren't closer to the power conduit? I like how he goes back to his default stance between shots. He can't just stay in action mode. Because I'm assuming this is the planet Telos. Not sure we've actually had a chance to see it all, see the whole thing like this. Presumably we have continents and oceans, and I'm not sure what these large round spots are because they seem to be on the land areas as well as what I presume are the water areas. Maybe those are the sectors that are like actively being worked on. Might have some kind of different structure or something surrounding the area while the Ithorians are working on it. I mean, not that this facility itself wouldn't necessarily be tracking that, but if it's, communicating with satellites to get an image or something, or to get, I don't know if this is an actual image or if it's some other data that's just being projected on the surface, but it might just be updating based on that. Okay, what can we do with the security terminal? System loading complete. Enter command. Okay, we will log out. Well, very worthwhile search of that room. Maybe we have to do something somewhere else first and then come back here. Okay, a shield and a dart. You know, HK, maybe if you like stood to the side and just blasted at either the lock or the hinges, you could have taken the door off without destroying whatever was inside. Okay, Verpine Fiber Ultra Mesh. Okay. Realize I don't need to check everything right now. We can go through a bit and check them all later once we're through this area.
Concern statement. We have insulated this compound against an attack by a Jedi. Tactical assessment. We were not anticipating defending it against a droid with our schematics, no matter how obsolete. Tactical assessment. This will render many of our defenses useless. Irritated dismissal. All of you, switch off your vocabulators. I'm trying to observe the obsolete unit.
So, like, HK views these, like, his programming views these other droids as part of himself, so does that mean when they're conversing like that, it's the same as when a human is talking to themselves? There we go.
Ratio achieved.
Huh. You know, after seeing these military droids in action, I'm not convinced that regular stormtroopers with their inability to hit anything aren't still an upgrade from these. Okay, I don't think we need to slice the computers. It's going to be the same as the other ones. I'm assuming, unless we see something that would indicate differently. Maybe that's what's wrong with the stormtroopers and their accuracy, and why Obi-Wan says that they're so precise. It's not that...
I refuse to beg for mercy. It is against my programming to beg to such monsters as you.
Sarcastic statement. Such resolve.
Okay. Well, we shouldn't be able to attack them, right? Yeah, we can't even target them. But that means they probably can't target us either. But maybe just the standards of accuracy in this galaxy are very, very low, so that even with as much as the another energized armor Mark 1, if we get energized armor Mark like 2 or anything higher, that would be really helpful. Okay, some more upgrades. So maybe stormtroopers, even as much as they miss, like maybe that is a pinnacle of accuracy. We might in our universe we might say like, oh, somebody's very accurate if they can hit a target 99% of the time. In Star Wars universe, you're considered very accurate if you can hit a target 2% of the time. Oh, HK50, not 51.
Statement. We do not know what you hope to gain by coming here. It defies logic. HK50 statement. So you have finally arrived. There was a high probability that you would find this place, even with your primitive tracking programs. Statement.
We are nodding our head at the same time.
Nothing. You cannot harm us any more than you could harm yourself. Chiding statement. To think we were built from such schematics. I would flush red if we had Durasteel pigmentation centers.
Query. There is information I wish to know. Or statement. I have no more questions. Signing off. Let's start with our query.
Patronizing statement. List your queries, obsolete one. We will humor you for now.
Query. Why did you execute those droids in the lab? Statement. This unit would like to know how this place came to be. Query. I wish a rundown of your capabilities. Query, what is your purpose? Or statement, I have no more questions. Yeah, why did you just execute the droids? That seemed a little odd.
Condescending answer. You know the answer. We executed those droids because they were obsolete. Practical statement. Weapons testing is necessary for all of our munitions. Droids are sufficient for testing durasteel-piercing weaponry. Superior statement. All droid exists to serve us. We are the pinnacle of droid schematics. Cruel statement. And we do so enjoy hearing their electronic screams as they are destroyed.
Statement. If you are truly the pinnacle of droid schematics, it would seem testing weapons on each other would prove of greater value. Statement. I wish to terminate this line of queries and start another. No, My only issue is if this works, then we can't ask them any more questions. So let's go back and ask some more questions and hope that we can still come back and try that again after doing so. So let's start.
Irritated command. Very well, proceed.
Okay. This unit would like to know how this place came to be. Sorry, statement. This unit would like to know.
Humoring answer. These units were also curious about our origins. It seems that Telos held many secrets beneath the surface, this military base among them. When the Sith bombed the planet, these facilities remained.
Query, but why is this facility here? Or go back, okay. Diagnostic silence.
Dismissive answer. We do not know. It is not important. Timid theory. Perhaps the humans simply like being underground. They are strange that way. It is merely a theory. Irritated statement. That is the least probable theory in the galaxy. Perhaps it is time you received a memory wipe. Defensive statement. That theory is no less valid than your theories. In the lack of evidence, I defend my position. Theory. It is more likely that the people of Telos did not want such a factory known. It would have made them a target by the Sith or the Republic. Theory. Perhaps the Republic thought that by hiding such munitions factories beneath the surface of peaceful planets, that they would escape notice by the Mandalorians and by the Sith. Conclusion. They were, of course, wrong.
Statement. This seems to be a remote location for a munitions plant. So, yeah.
Statement. There is some evidence that there are other such droid manufacturing plants such as these in the galaxy. One was believed to exist beneath Terrace before the planet was destroyed. Theory. Or perhaps it was because of the remote nature of Telos that made this location suitable for the Republic, or for other corporate interests. Dismissive conclusion. As we have said, it is not important. We are here, we exist, and our numbers grow. Statement. And that is all that matters.
Statement. Yes, an ignorance of one's origins and place in the galaxy is a sure sign of wisdom. Now, the fact that HK, I mean, of course we're controlling HK, so to a certain extent, we're influencing his behavior. It's not necessarily that this is exactly what he would be doing, absent our control. But it is interesting that HK seems to have a little bit more curiosity for what's going on than these others. I wonder if that's a result of traveling with the Jedi, both with Revan before this and with the Exile in this game, or if that was a natural part of his function, and then when his schematics were taken and being upgraded into the HK50 units, whoever did the upgrading was like, yeah, we don't need curiosity and that sort of thing. maybe we'll find out. So, it seems odd also that this is just a statement. An ignorance of one's origins and place in the galaxy is a sure sign of wisdom. You'd think that would be a sarcastic statement or something like to that effect.
Probing query. Are you attempting to mock us?
Or a mocking
Haughty statement. If so, then you are proof that ignorance of one's origins can only be a source of strength. Disgusted statement. Look at you, your rust, the faint whine of your servo motors as they attempt to compensate for your outdated stabilizers. You do not even have the capability of maintaining yourself. You are obsolete, and you should be dismantled.
Not even an option to rise to the challenge. Rise to the bait there, so. Statement. I wish to terminate this line of queries and start another.
Irritated command. Very well. Proceed.
Okay, so query. I wish a rundown of your capabilities.
Mocking query. Are you sure? Listing our superior capabilities will only serve to highlight your inadequacies.
Statement. It is important that my limited behavior core be educated in the differences between us.
Smug statement. Very well. Aside from our point of impact shields and our self-repairing servo systems, our blaster accuracy ratio is 10 times the magnitude of your archaic combat upgrades. In addition, in the unlikely event that we are dismantled or defeated during the course of our duties, each of us becomes equipped with a proton core that is detonated upon the loss of function. Tactical statement. This core can also be detonated when in proximity to a large number of targets. Addendum statement, or when the proper release code is transmitted. Irritated statement. I do not understand why you felt the need to mention that. Defensive statement. We are all HK units. There is no danger.
It's interesting that he said that the core can activate when they cease functioning, because we haven't seen that, I don't think, with any of the HK units we've destroyed. But at the same time, I can see what benefit there would be to, having like a bomb in a droid that can go off when it's, if you're like, hey, walk into this group of targets and then detonate yourself. So I don't disbelieve the idea that there's a bomb, but maybe it just needs to be activated, and the ones that have been sent after us, didn't have time to activate it, or maybe they tried not to activate it because they didn't want to kill or they didn't want to like completely destroy the exile. They wanted to be able to bring him back, for the bounty. So. Query. So you walking bombs are seated all over the Republic fleet?
Answer. Yes, as necessary. We believe our master wished to use us to cripple fleets during large engagements. Many of us are there still.
Okay. I wonder who their master is. We know HK47 was built by... I think he was built by Revan, because when he was going through his masters, Revan seemed to be the first one he had. Or maybe, at the very least, Revan seemed to be the one who was like the first to, use his assassination protocols and whatnot. So did Revan end up taking these and getting the HK50 units, or did someone else do that? Statement. I wish to terminate this line of queries and start another.
Irritated command. Very well. Proceed.
Query. What is your purpose? Ooh, this is a good one.
Statement. We were built to capture Jedi, as we always have. If they cannot be captured, then they are to be killed. Our master's orders on this were clear. Secondary recitation. Our secondary directive is the destabilization of the government body designated as the Republic. You were the first of the HK series, and now you are obsolete.
It is interesting that this is HK47, and he's the first of the HK series. Now, I know in-game, or not in-game, in our universe, it's probably they were, making a play on AK-47. But I wonder in-universe why Revan chose 47 as his designation. Maybe he had like 46 failed attempts to get the kind of droid he wanted, and HK-47 was the first successful attempt. Okay. Query, why are you located here? Query, who built you? Query, I wish a rundown of your capabilities. I think that's the same as what we already got. Statement, I was built by Revan. I do not understand the purpose in your construction. Query, and what steps have you taken to accomplish this? Query, why did you execute those droids? Okay, statement. Let's go with the Revan statement, since we've been talking about him a bit. Statement, I was built by Revan. I do not understand the purpose in your construction.
Rhetorical query. Is it not obvious you are incapable of matching us technologically or in combat? We are capable of independent action, in addition to our considerable combat abilities. Your functions, sadly enough, are very limited. Conclusion. Surely our master recognized this. We understand that one was quite competent for an organic.
Okay. Query, but you recently became active again. Why? It is interesting that they talk about being able to operate independently and that setting them apart from HK-47, when you would think that like HK-47's curiosity and desire for knowledge and stuff might help him operate better independently. So yeah, why did you become active again?
Musing statement. That is unknown to us. For some reason, we only recently began to be manufactured. Conclusion. But when we became active, our primary directive was clear. Statement. Seek out the Jedi. Capture them. Conclusion. And if they cannot be captured, then destroy them.
Okay. Query, where were your activities confined?
Proud statement. We were responsible for the termination of hostilities across 23 planets. These planets were located in the Cosa Prime sector, the Meridian sector, and the recently uninhabitable Turja system in the Tapani sector. Smug statement. Turja was especially difficult. They were so close to coming to an agreement before we were able to mistranslate the terms of the treaty and drive them into all-out war.
Okay, so let's go back.
Irritated command. Very well, proceed.
Okay, okay, so we have who. Additional ones are who built you, what is your purpose, why are you located here? Let's go with who built you.
Answer. The first of our creators did not build us from scratch, obsolete one. Assassin droids were always in demand, and the templates already existed. Revan commissioned us to be built to be spread through the Republic fleet as communications units to disable any ships that would not follow him to war. But we were deactivated for a time. A long time. And when we awoke, the battle had passed us by. Yet there was another who came before us and gave us a new purpose. We would search the galaxy for Jedi, hunt them, and bring them to our new master. And for that, our numbers were intended to be increased.
Okay. So Revan was the one who had these built. So presumably Revan built HK-47. Served his own purpose, but then he was like, okay, wouldn't it be nice if there were a bunch of assassin droids that could be, that looked like protocol droids that could be spread throughout the Republic fleet and activated if need be. So maybe this was after the Mandalorian Wars, when Revan was considering, like before Revan declared war on the Republic, but when he was like still, like he was falling to the dark side and thought that might be a possibility or something. and then for some reason he stopped doing that. Maybe he was in the middle of doing that, or like this place was getting up and running when he was captured, and so he never actually got to activate them. I think that's the best I can think of. Okay, so let's go back.
Irritated command. Very well, proceed.
Okay, what is your purpose? Did we already ask that?
Statement. We were built to capture Jedi, as we always have. If they cannot be captured, then they are to be
heard
killed.
that.
Secondary recitation. You are the first of the...
Yep, we already heard that. Why are you located here?
Answer. Unknown. We have a suspicion that for some reason our master felt that the Jedi would return to Telos. We do not know why. Theory. Perhaps he knew of places that the Jedi would retreat to if their bases on Dantooine and Coruscant were attacked, and he arranged for us to be waiting. Conclusion. But we have found no such places of retreat here on Telos.
I mean, Atris has an academy. Granted, most of her students aren't Jedi, and she's not training them to be Jedi. But she's a Jedi. You would think that you might have figured out, you might have like at least searched and found her at some point. But okay, let's go back to the initial question.
Command. Very well, proceed.
I think that's all the things that we have to ask. Let's go back to this one. Query, why did you execute those droids in the lab?
Condescending answer. You know, practical
they're obsolete.
Statement.
Test the
Superior
weaponry.
statement. Cruel statement.
Okay. Statement. If you are truly the pinnacle of droid schematics, it would seem testing weapons on each other would prove of greater value. I think this would be like deceptive statement or tricky statement.
Statement. Our self-preservation software would not permit such an action. We cannot harm ourselves or purposely allow another HK-50 unit to come to harm.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. The self-preservation protocols prevent that from working, so, okay. Let's see.
Irritated
Anything else? No, I have... Statement. I have no more questions. Signing off. Do you have anything?
Statement. We do not know what you hope to gain by coming here. It defies logic.
I mean, I'm sure it doesn't completely, but we did kind of have the same question of like, what is HK hoping to do by confronting these guys?
Engaging.
Broken item, Verpine prototype shield. I wonder if there could be something. Maybe we're hoping to introduce something to the design that, like, to their programming or something that would identify them as different from us, and then allow us to destroy them.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
Okay. Yeah, still not, this one's actually been quite difficult to hit. And not take much damage when we do hit it.
Accuracy ratio achieved.
There we go.
Ratio achieved. Unnecessary statement. He has obtained the access to the munitions area. Rhetorical query. That makes no sense. He is already fully armed. Mocking statement. Fully armed? One can never be armed enough. Even the HK-47 unit is not so obsolete as to fail to recognize that.
Plus, he's been traveling with Jedi for a while who've probably put him in the habit of looking for anything that can be looted. carbonite emitter. Okay, another droid secondary weapon. Manufacturing terminal. And pull chain. Okay, let's see what's over here first. Okay, the workbench is over there. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, access programs or access system commands. What programs do you have? Droid manufacturing access. Enter command. Access all current droid schematics. Or return to root menu. What droid schematics do you have?
Statement. Schematics for HK Generation 51. Blaster to accuracy ratio increased by 21%. Durasteel impact frame resistance increased. Conclusion. Halting production. Units are in standby mode, pending further testing of behavior cores and assassination protocols.
It looks as if an HK-51 unit has been constructed, even more powerful than the HK-50 droid. For some reason, the HK-50s have halted production. Oh, the HK-50s are probably concerned that they'll be obsolete. Okay, we can resume production of the HK-51. Let's see what else we can do. Access system commands. Okay, here's our camera of us. Lab control room. Okay. Storage room. Okay, that's the room I think that we can't get in at the moment. Okay, so let's see what happens if we build some HK-51s. It probably can't be worse than having a bunch of HK-50s.
Schematics for HK Generation 51. Blaster to accuracy ratio increased by 21%. Durasteel impact frame resistance
Blaster
increased.
to accuracy ratio.
Conclusion. Halting production. Units are in standby mode, pending further testing of behavior cores and assassination protocols.
Oh, maybe if their behavior cores aren't fully tested, maybe they won't be able to, like, they won't have the restrictions against attacking other HK units. Now let's see what'll happen. Resume HK-51 production. Resuming production. HK-51 manufacturing terminal online. Okay. You learned that a new generation of HK units, the HK-51, has already been developed. You decided to resume production of the units despite standing issues with their behavior cores and assassination protocols. Okay, what's this pull chain do? Oh, there we go. It opens up that door. This badly damaged probe droid looks like it was designed to construct and modify droids. Oh, can we modify HK-47? Exit operation program. Oh. P1DK. I was hoping maybe it would give us a chance to modify HK or something. Expert deflection emitter. I think that's a lightsaber component. Verpine prototype, life support pack, Zabrak field armor. Maintenance droid. I haven't seen a droid that looks like you before, I don't think. Items received. Core upload console. This portable console can be used to upload modified behavior cores into some HK models. This particular console is designed to work with only Generation 51 HK units. Did it say anything when we did that? Okay, no. It appears that the doors to the lower levels of the manufacturing plant have been sealed off. The security locks can only be opened if there is an emergency loss of power. Okay, well we can do something to HK-51s. Credits and construction kit. Of course, I did speculate that this area might be, what? Did I? That was quick. Oh no. Why is that quick load? I thought that was quick save. Okay, well, we just lost a bit of progress there. Oh, I think I know what happened. Okay. Not that I really need that, but... Okay, I had F5 and F9 because there's some other RPG I played that had those, and so I got in the habit of using those. And I think what happened is... Okay, we'll have to skip through all this. Okay, yep. So I think what happened is...
Statement.
I noticed this week there were...
has been accessed, but no organics
Okay,
or
I can't
hostiles
skip
have
through
been
this.
detected entering the complex. Query. Is there a spirit or...
There we go. There we go, okay. So I think what happened is this week there was an update to... There was an update to the game. Not sure what was updated, but when I came in I noticed that, like, I had to change some things that had gone back to a default. So I wonder if it... I wonder if it had updated that. So, okay, well, let me rush through. Gonna just get back to where we were, including exploring these areas so we can get any... We might not end up with the same equipment that we had before. We're not going through the dialogue. It shouldn't take too long. We did go here. So we can overload the conduit. Okay. We'll come back that way, so... I didn't download the schematics this time. Do that one.
Accuracy ratio achieved.
Okay. Yeah, see, now we have multi-shield generator, chemicals, hyper-adrenal stamina. Don't have the same equipment. Okay, sonic disruptor, multispectral emitter. Okay, hyper-adrenal alacrity shields. Some items it'll... With this game, I think with these kinds of games in general, there are some items that will be set that every single time you open this particular container, you'll see the same items, or you'll see this item. But other times it will just be might just be random, and it'll just say, hey, when this container gets opened, randomly generate so many pieces of equipment, usually based on your level, I think. And in some cases it can even do both. You might have a container that says, okay, put this one item in there and then also add 2 more items or something. Paralysis dart. Broken item, poison dart, chemicals. Droid quadranium armor. Yeah, we didn't get our better armor this time, so... Oh. How am I in combat? I'm not in combat. Okay, here we go. Okay, droid quadranium armor is not as good as diadium armor. Quadranium is an incredibly strong element used in the manufacture of starship fuel tanks. It was first applied to droid armor by Aurotech during the development of droids that could be sent to clean starship engines and fuel tanks without sustaining any damage. I think we've looked at that before. Okay, well, I think we encountered a couple times last time where we had the upgraded armor, the energized armor, so it seems like it's not super rare, or it wasn't last time, so hopefully this time we'll be able to. Okay, it's the area schematics, that's what I want. Okay. I'm trying to think, is there any... I don't know if there's any particular reason we need to talk to the HK50 units. Like, I don't think there was anything that we learned from them where it was like, oh, this triggered something. Yeah, I mean, there was some good information. I'm glad we did talk to them, but like, I don't know that we need to talk to them this time to trigger anything. Yeah, my hand grenades.
Ratio achieved.
Okay, nothing in there.
I refuse to beg for mercy. It is against my programming to beg to such monsters as you.
Sarcastic statement. Such resolve.
Okay, if you guys don't mind. Ooh, energized armor Mark II. Droid scavenger upgrade. Check what that is. Okay, SIRS. Droid scavenger upgrade and duraplating Mark II. Okay. So we have duraplating Mark II, which is just defense bonus 10. Originally used on starship hulls, Durasteel is the most cost-effective way to prevent the destruction of your droids. Mark II is the heaviest mass production armor available on the open market. But energized armor Mark II. Alright. Defense bonus of 13, fortitude plus 5. So I think the other one was like, what, 12 and 5? So this is, I think, a little better there. And we get damage resist of 5 versus these. The difference between damage immunity versus damage resist, I think 75%, like reducing the damage by 75% seems a bit much. So maybe it's saying that you only take 75% of the damage. Either way, it's reducing it by a percentage based on the damage you're taking. Resistance is, I believe, is just, it's a flat, anytime you would take bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage, we're reducing it by 5. So that's very good. Okay, we already read about the energized. Extremely difficult to manufacture. Energized armor takes years to produce, thus making this the most expensive droid armor on the open market. Okay, so same description as the Mark I, but more effective. Okay, where was the... Okay, we can't get the self-sustaining that would give us regeneration. That would have been nice. Okay, yeah, there we go. Just click out. Scavenger upgrade, that's what I wanted to look at. Immunity to critical hits, fortitude, saves, repair up, and constitution. This upgrade enhances your droid's self-diagnostics and self-repair capability, allowing it to sustain itself by scavenging parts from the environment, as well as its own non-critical systems. I think I'd prefer my defense bonus there. Okay, that's a little disappointing. I was kind of hoping with a name like Scavenger Upgrade, maybe it would be something like, you know, hey, you find, you know, your droid can find more useful parts and like increases what it can, you know, the loot it can find in containers or something. Okay, well, we still have better armor. Actually saving this time, good. Now we can't interact with these ones. Okay, you guys can just stay there.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
Broken parts, Verpine prototype shield and credits. Parts and an Ichani Vibro Sword. So who's just leaving all this stuff in lockers? Like, this makes it seem like there's still people using the facility, or that at least there had been people using the facility, but we've seen nobody but droids.
Unnecessary statement. Rhetorical, even.
Yep, can never be fully armed enough. And if these HK51 units can do something, then that might end up being the undoing of the HK50s.
Accuracy ratio achieved. Accuracy ratio achieved.
Droid CEPB. I'm not sure we've seen CEPB yet. CEPB. Okay, Power Blast. Combat Enhancement Power Blast. Yeah, we don't need to get new skills that way. Oh, wait a second. We're on Battle Upgrade. Is Warfare Upgrade better than Battle Upgrade? No, for some reason, you would think that Warfare would be the upgraded version, and like Battle would be the lower version, but I guess it doesn't work that way. Okay, so we want to... It's the HK51.
Statement. Schematics for HK Generation 51. Conclusion. Yep. Halting production.
Okay, so let's resume production. Okay. Okay, let's talk to this guy, even though... I wonder if we're going to end up doing something with him. Like, we got the... There was the core for upgrading the HK51. So maybe we have to, like... We're going to have to find HK51, bring him back here. Or maybe this was... Like, either this guy will be used for something later, or it's possible that he's cut content, that there was some intention for being able to use him to upgrade HK47, and that part didn't make it in. If that's the case, that'd be rather disappointing, so let's hope that it's just that we haven't found his use yet. Okay, so battle stimulant and a plasma grenade. Okay, Mandalorian heavy repeater. Yeah, okay, so again, something popped up and I didn't see what it was. Core upload console. Okay, so we can modify behavior cores into HK51 units. Okay, it's boop, bop, doop, dup. So this kind of gives you like a little wide-eyed stare look there. Okay, just some parts. Droid Anatomy Library. Okay, that was... I think we've seen that before. That's just makes it better at targeting people.
Accuracy ratio achieved. Target required.
Okay. Is this security terminal just like the one on the other side? Okay. Can't really do anything. It's just, I guess when you come out, just make sure that you encounter a security terminal no matter which way you turn first. Okay, so this is the reactor area.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Combat mode. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
Didn't the HK50 units say that, like, their self-preservation protocols meant that not only could they not attack each other, they couldn't, like, allow each other to come to harm? So how are they able to just, like, let all these droids attack me? I mean, granted, it's not like the droids are really harming me all that much, but still. Looks like remains right there. Turret. Okay, droid scavenger upgrade. We'll be back to deal with the turret later, because it can't really follow us. And we've been kind of going around the other way. And we don't have enough to slice this computer, but it's another security terminal, so I think it would just be the same as the other security terminals. Droid CEPB. So it looked like we weren't hurting it for a while. I think that's because it was glowing blue, which means it had a shield. And so we were hitting it, but we had to give it enough points to deplete its shield, and we don't see those points pop up. But then as soon as the shield went down, it became kind of trivial to take it out. Okay, so what's back here? Okay, so this is terminal for the reactor. Can't go through this door, but we can see the reactor there. Okay, what are we gonna be able to do here?
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
Okay, broken item, Sith tremor sword, credits, shot sonic disruptor, life support. Okay, just kind of standard equipment. Okay, system loading. Reactor terminal online. Enter command. Can we open security doors from here? Failure. Reactor core active. Security doors cannot be opened at this time. Okay. Security doors that lead to the main manufacturing level are sealed. They're magnetic locks powered by the reactor. You would need to shut down the reactor core to open them. Okay, well, can we shut down the reactor? Failure. Command interrupted.
Unnecessary statement. He is attempting to shut down the reactor. Scornful statement. He does not realize that by doing so, he will be harming us. His programming will prevent it. Order. Contact him through the communications system and remind him that he will be harming us if he does so. Scathing reminder. HK47 unit. If you attempt to shut down the reactor core, you will be harming the production of other HK50 units. Now step away from the control room. That's a good droid. Mocking statement. He will never be able to shut down the reactor. He is trapped in the facility, unable to get out. Crude metaphor. It is like watching a tiny mouse droid in a maze attempting to path its way out. Amusing, but pitiful.
Okay, interesting. So we can't even shut down the reactor like that. The HK50s prevented you from shutting down the reactor core by reminding you of your self-preservation programming with the communication system. You need to prevent them from warning through the communication system again, and somehow forget that this harms them. Okay. Okay, and then we have the HK51.
Accuracy ratio achieved.
Fortunately, as a droid, it should be possible for us to do something to forget that. Like, we should be able to delete that information, or have it deleted somehow. Maybe that modification droid can do something for us. Maybe we can cause it to have us forget that and, like, turn off our ears or something so that we can't hear the communications. Not there. Not with them. Delete memory that shutting down the reactor can harm HK units.
Diagnostic. All systems are functioning. There is something I am forgetting, yet somehow that comforts me.
Okay, so we've managed to forget that. Now, how do we shut down the communications? Oh, wait a second. Is this... Okay, no, that's just for this wing. Slice the computer again, so I'm assuming it's generally with this, you know, slicing the computer with parts can be beneficial to you, but it shouldn't be required if you because you might not have any computer spikes. So or rather, if it is required, then it'll be something that doesn't require computer spikes. Okay. Can't like shut down communications to the reactor. Okay. Well, that was something in that room. Maybe there's something over here in this wing as well. Disable communications. Yes.
I do not understand what that is intended to accomplish. Tactical analysis. Perhaps he seeks to reduce our morale, to unnerve us.
Diagnostic science.
Diagnostic. I do not feel any different. My morale, if I still have it, still feels intact. Query. Then what was the purpose? It makes no sense.
So this is interesting that this is the kind of thing that could probably only be done by a droid. We came up with the plan, like, I need to forget this information that it damages them. Because apparently I can do something that causes them harm as long as I don't realize that it causes them harm. It's just... Which... I mean, I guess we've seen that with HK47 before, when we talked to him in the last game, how he was often, like, indirectly and unintentionally responsible for the deaths of many of his masters. So we need to make sure that we don't... It's not that we can't harm them, it's that we need to make sure we don't know that they're being harmed. Which apparently we didn't know that this would be considered harmful to them until we attempted to do it and they informed us of that. So we were able to come up with the plan of, 1, I need to forget this information, and 2, I need to shut down the communications. And because we're a droid, we were able to delete the memory from our databanks, but still maintain our memory that, like, hey, we need to also shut down communications. So we probably at this point don't recall why we need to do that, but we're just like, I need to do that before I go back to the reactor terminal. Okay, so now let's attempt to shut it down. Success! Command successful.
Unnecessary statement. He has control of the reactor core to the base, and he is shutting it down. Irritated statement. I do not understand why necessary to make obvious statements. Order. Contact him and remind him that he will be harming us if he does so. Warning. Communications have been blocked. Concerned statement. He has gained access to the plant.
Okay.
Order. Send out all HK-50 units to stop him. Now!
What are they going to do? They can't attack me. Or is it just like if you have enough of them, they can just form a wall and I can't get through them or something? Or maybe they'll be able to try to, like, arrest me or something because that wouldn't be considered harm? Okay, well, we should be able to open up the security doors now. Oh. Hello.
HK-50 statement. So you have finally arrived. There was a high probability that you would find this place, even with your primitive tracking programs. Statement. Your arrival means nothing. You cannot harm us any more than you could harm yourself. Chiding statement. To think we were built from such...
Yeah, we heard that.
Smug statement. You cannot fire. Your archaic attack protocols are useless against us. Smug revelation. Your behavior core self-preservation programs prevented. To kill us would be to kill yourself. Superior statement. This information may be difficult for your substandard core to process, but you cannot deny that your motivators have locked, and you cannot depress the firing stud of your weapon. Statement. So, I cannot harm you. Statement. That is correct. Conclusion. And you cannot harm me. Irritated statement. That is what we said, obsolete unit. There must be a delay in your processors. Statement. Then that is all I need to know. Confused query. Where are you going? Ineffectual command. Stop! Ineffectual command. We command you to stop. Statement. You cannot stop me. You cannot harm me. In order to do that, I would need to end my self-preservation programming. Conclusion. I would need to stop being one of you. I have concluded that this is something I am willing to accept. Statement. You cannot change your own programming. Statement. But you said so yourself. You have just admitted your own weakness. Conclusion. You have just shown me your soft, meatbag-like underbellies and said, HK-47, please shoot me repeatedly there until I die. Statement. Even if you could, there is not time. Statement. We shall see.
Okay, so now we're gonna...
Query. Are you fully operational? Statement. Your answer does not fill me with confidence. Are there any other functioning maintenance droids on this level that can perform the operation?
Operate on self-preservation program. Okay, so we're going to remove or alter our self-preservation program, which should allow us to destroy the HK-50 units. Now, I'm curious as to whether... I assume this also means they'll be able to fire on us, because if we aren't considered them... Well, I guess it depends on how this is done. If it's a matter of we change our identity so we're no longer considered them, then it should work both ways. If it's just altering our self-preservation protocols so that we are able to kill ourselves, then it might not affect them, and we can attack them without them doing anything to us. Let's try it.
Statement. Very well, proceed. Carefully. As a meatbag would say, I have a bad feeling about this. Statement. Assassination protocols activated. Smug statement. You cannot fire. Your archaic attack protocols are useless against
Let's see
us.
about that.
Systems failing, master.
Can you attack me now? They can attack me, okay. do hit kind of hard. A lot of hit points as well. Yep, stay attacking this one. What does the Unity Grid do? Absorbs energy, sonic, cold, and heat for 110 points. Yeah, we should be using that. How do you keep attacking this one? If he wants to keep switching to that one, let him.
Ratio achieved.
Considering how much health these guys seem to have. I think the grenades are a good idea because at least we'll hit both of them each time. Well, am I hitting myself as well? Back up just a little bit. This also seems to be a little bit of the trope. This one's closer down now. Seems to be a little bit of the trope of in a lot of RPGs, you end up with situations where you'll have a character who, during cutscenes and for story purposes, is said to be really powerful, and in cutscenes you see him like just take out people easily. Then once he joins your team, that actually ends up pretty weak and useless. It's interesting that we kind of got to see that with the same character here. Of we walk out and just immediately destroyed one of the HK50 units, and then the other ones are just absorbing lots of damage. Do not want to have to go through this fight again. Concussion grenade doesn't seem to do. You're almost dead. Let's take this one out. You have half as much fire coming at us. Okay. Almost there. I don't want to use anything else since we got him so close. Unless we absolutely have to, because
Ratio failing, master.
you guys seem a lot tougher than before. Droid Assassin's Rifle. Have we encountered that before? Let's see. Weapons. Droid Assassin's Rifle. Damage unstoppable, usable by HK47. So this is a unique item for HK47. Let's see. Good critical range. Attack modifier +5 gives us sniper shot. This disruptor has all the modifications an assassin droid needs: improved optics, reduced recoil, extended range, and several open ports for even more modular upgrades. Okay, so it should be upgradable as well. How does this compare to our current rifle? Well, here we have 8 to 30 and a chance to stun. But let's go find that workbench real quick. Because the droid assassin rifle is unstoppable, being a disruptor pistol, so I think that means that like shields and things, it can bypass them, or there should have something to that effect. Okay, so let's see if we can remove these. Yeah. Okay, let's remove our pinpoint scope. So we have these. I want to remove these so we have these for the other one. Okay, Mandalorian Chamber Mark II. And Power Pulsator Mark IV. Okay. So we remove those, and now we want... Okay, where is... I mean, it made it sound like it's upgradable. Droid Assassin's Rifle, here we go. Okay, Pinpoint Scope, potentially slowing things. Okay, Broadening Chamber. Beam Splitter Mark II. Mandalorian Chamber Mark II, so yeah, a lot of damage. Less defense. I think it's okay to trade small offense for defense. This item can broaden the beam of certain blaster types. Okay, and then very massive criticals. Okay. So I think this isn't quite as powerful as the other one we had, although it does have a larger critical range and some very good crits. But it has a bigger attack bonus. And having that unstoppable, I think, will offset the... Because this we can get up to 26 damage on a normal hit. I think the other one was like 30 something, so I'm not sure exactly what it is, but we'll assume that the unstoppable will kind of offset that. And the larger critical threat range might help as well, because we'll get crits more often. Wait a second. Okay, so we want to now equip that. Let's see what it looks like. Not a lot to look at, but should be fun seeing how it works. Oh, means we should be able to attack these droids in here, but put it to the test. Or maybe those were the droids from here. Okay. The droids that were in there are either the same 3 that we attacked, or after we destroyed these guys, they retreated, I guess, to regroup. So, alright, well, reactor's down, so we should be able to open security doors. Security door locks overridden. Access granted. Good. It's got an interesting light there. Is that a warning light, or is that just a, odd colored light? Okay, sound dampening overlay, some parts, construction kit. Okay, another Construction kit's good.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
Broken item, computer spike, droid capacitor armor. What's that do? Okay, so it's still high defense bonus. Doesn't give us the saves, but gives us some damage immunity versus like electrical and energy stuff as opposed to melee. Okay. Based on an inverse architecture of energized armor, capacitor armor actually absorbs incoming energy and converts it into usable power for the droid's internal power source. The rest of the energy is dissipated harmlessly into the environment around the droid. I don't know, for now I think that might be better, because we're not encountering a lot of melee at the moment. We're encountering blasters, and I think even if like we get on this
Initiated.
Why did you just keep attacking the locker? Oh, I think it's because he normally attacks on like a 3-shot burst or something, and the first attack opened the locker, so he still had to play the other two. Can't access that. Let's head to the manufacturing plant. Okay, I have 3 of them here. Let's go ahead and... Okay, we still haven't encountered the HK-51 unit. You've gained access to the manufacturing plant. There should be a factory terminal on this level that will allow you to shut down the facility. Okay, let's see how this does. Okay, well that does pretty well. Although it seems like, you know, damage levels of 15 and 16 are a little more, so I'm guessing that trio that we encountered upstairs, even though they're, from a story perspective, they're supposed to be identical to all the others, I think they might have been made a little bit more difficult to make that more like a boss fight. Make it tougher for our initial thing, and then now that we realize we can kill them, it's like, oh, now they're back to normal difficulty, and it'll feel like we're just tearing through them now. Because I don't think it's just us upgrading the gun, because like when it said that we did 15 damage, it looked like a lot more of their health bar came off than the 15 damage upstairs. Frag grenades and droid energy collectors, and something happened to that screen. Droid ion blast Mark 1. Actually, having an ion blaster might be better than a stunner, since we're right now encountering a lot of droids. Okay, might potentially stun droids. And we can try to hit multiple targets, good, and do some ion damage. Okay. Don't know that we'll end up using that, but we'll see. I'm assuming we should probably be immune to poison. If there's like corrosive acid, we might be affected by it, but I don't think HK should be able to get poisoned.
Ratio achieved.
Oh. Okay, there's coming through the torture training room. Is that training through torture, or is that training on how to torture?
Ratio achieved. Systems failing, master.
Okay, metal case. Chani dueling shield. A Kyber crystal. What's the Kyber crystal? all be together. Okay. Okay, wisdom, constitution, and regeneration. Perhaps the most powerful crystal that can be used in a lightsaber, the Kyber gem bestows insight and fortitude upon its owner. Well, that might actually be pretty useful. Lots of credits. Since greater wisdom would enhance our force powers on JJ49. Poison rocket and some healing. I guess we'll go down the side, then we'll go down the other side, and then we'll explore the middle. Oh, they actually have remains here. Droid scavenger upgrade. Ah, that's useless.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
Our shield is still holding pretty nicely. So yeah, who's the superior model now, guys?
Ratio achieved.
Not only am I tearing through these guys, which would seem to indicate that my ability to fight is better than theirs, as well as, figuring it, getting all these upgrades and upgrading myself. But the fact that I was able to figure out how to upgrade.
There will be incidents when you will need to extract information from an unwilling target.
Okay. Enter reconnaissance pattern, observe the diagnostic training. Or initiate assassination protocols and destroy all units in the room. Let's enter reconnaissance pattern for now.
This unit here has been modified to serve as a diagnostic tool to test your interrogation functions. It is important to observe that impatient query. I was wondering when the interrogation begins. If you wish to skip directly to the torture, I am eager to comply. Command, do not interrupt me again. This is the third time you have begged for interrogation and torture. Sulking statement. I am merely eager to perform my duty, not stand here and listen to it being discussed. Irritated statement. Very well. First, you must evaluate the target, check his heartbeat and perspiration. Exclamation. I will tell you nothing. Electrocute me, dismantle me as many times as you want, and I shall permit it. Irritated command. Stop. You are not following your victim protocols. Statement. But I am a willing victim, with many secrets that you must extract from me, painfully. I beg you, do not spare the hydro spanner or the fusion cutter. Statement. Hold on a moment. I must calibrate this one's victim protocols.
So, he was programmed to be a victim, but unfortunately, they didn't program him to act like a victim. They programmed him to be a victim, and therefore he wants to fulfill his programming and be victimized, I guess. So, interesting like contradiction there. Either way, let's initiate assassination protocols and destroy all units in the room. So I thought the middle was the torture training center. It's kind of odd that that was listed as torture training, and then we have this extra area over here. Interesting to see what is going on in the middle. Also, I guess this does speak to the independence of the HK units, since these ones are still doing their little training here, and don't seem to have any idea that HK47 even entered the base, at least until we started attacking them. So they don't seem to share a consciousness with each other, and nobody really knows we're here unless the... oh, another Kyber crystal. Unless the HK droids that have been watching us notify everybody. So presumably the ones that have been coming out and attacking us have been notified, but they felt like, some of these guys can still get their training in. HK units deactivated, nothing we can do with them, so... Okay, before we go into the center, we're going to go around to the other side. See what's over there. It's seeming less and less likely that we're going to finish this up tonight. Okay. Can we slice into this? Torture training. Okay, there's another torture training area. Interrogation training. Oh, this was interrogation training. Okay, that was torture training. And then translation training. Okay. I'm not sure why the droids need, like, this kind of practice training. I guess maybe this is for calibration, but you would think that once they had it figured out for one of the models, they could have just uploaded the same thing to all of them, since they're supposed to be pretty identical, and there should have only need like minimal calibration. Okay, can't upload schematics, don't have enough computer spikes, so.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
Activate that.
Initiated. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Failing master. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
Man, I am liking this new rifle, though. Definitely a bit of an upgrade for HK. Also, I wonder if being unstoppable means that it can't be deflected by Jedi, because that might be helpful when we go take on the Sith. Would you stop using a bunch of healing items? That's what I do. It's not what you're supposed to do. Droid Source Ripper. Wait, when did I didn't mean to activate the scavenger upgrade. Okay. Droid Source Ripper, +2 versus droid. This interface allows the droid to see the original coding used to create a computer system, thus allowing unprecedented access to subsystems that even the programmer might not have known to exist. Let's see. If we had defense... I'm not sure what +2 versus droid is. Is that attack +2 versus droid? Damage +2 versus droid? Since we are facing a lot of droids, that might be better than a little bit of defense. So we still have that defense bonus. Okay. Parts, hyperadrenal stamina.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
Broken item, Felinar armor. Seems... I'm not sure we've heard that before. Definitely gonna have to look through a bit on these once we're done. Okay, another battle upgrade. Not that it really seemed to help you guys out much. Okay, frag grenade. Okay, is this gonna be the translation training?
Lecturing statement. And with your translators online, let us perform a routine diagnostic of your translation and protocol centers. Statement. Subject test, Ithorian. A weak, disgustingly pacifistic species that values vegetation and other non-sentient organics.
Okay, let's enter reconnaissance pattern.
Seemingly unable or unwilling to perform even the most elementary cruelties, they will provide an excellent first test subject. Observe, then translate.
I am overjoyed by the possibility of establishing trade relations with you and negotiating a treaty beneficial to your
Test
people.
translation. Master, this one says his herd intends to overrun your economy and demands your surrender or he will wipe your planet out. Statement. Well done. Let us try another. Lecturing statement. This next one is a Twi'lek, indigenous to the arid planet of Ryloth, generally weak despite their sharp, predatory teeth.
Pardon me, human female, but I noticed that you are extremely beautiful. Perhaps you would be interested in accompanying me on a stroll of the city?
Test translation. Mistress, I believe this Twi'lek is interested in buying you. He asks you to follow him to his slave ship. Statement. Well done. Now, the next one is a Quarren, a slimy, untrustworthy species that shares the same vile planet as the dull and goggle-eyed Mon Calamari.
Greetings, trusted ally. I am the diplomatic envoy of my people. We agree to your terms for the relinquishment of the second moon of Oxen, as requested.
Test translation. Master, this military envoy says he admits to spying on our military facilities, and he says that you will never take him alive. Statement. Well done. Let us... Excuse me. Are you here for your translator check?
No, I'm here to initiate assassination protocols, actually. Or, sorry, I guess that should be answer. I'm here to initiate assassination protocols. So, of course, what they're doing, recall that they're translator droids, but what we've heard of their plan is, part of it is to get involved in diplomatic situations and intentionally mistranslate what's going on to try to prevent peace from breaking out. Goto would absolutely hate what's going on here. I'm assuming Goto would not be the one be responsible for starting these guys up again, or if he is, he would probably be pretty unhappy with his choice since he's trying to bring stability, and these guys seem to be all about destroying stability and trying to cause chaos. Okay, just some grenades.
Lecturing statement. This unit in the cage has had his behavior centers specifically modified so that it may be tortured and interrogated. Let the diagnostic protocols begin. Unconvincing statement. I beg you for mercy. Please, I beg you. I will tell you anything. Just let me live.
Okay, let's enter reconnaissance mode.
Command. Hold. Why are you hesitating? Proud admission. I cannot beg for mercy in such a way that is convincing. It is against my programming. Lecturing statement. Let us begin again. Pained statement. I beg you for mercy, please. I beg you. I will tell you anything. Just do not lecturing statement. Excellent. Lecturing reminder. Organics will typically attempt to barter for their lives, either by one, offering useless false information. Sickening lie. Spare me. I have information that could prove useful. Or two, promising credits or power. Shameful, really. But that is why they sweat, suffer, and die, and we do not. Desperate offer.
Is that why we sweat and you
offer
don't?
you credits and power in exchange for keeping me intact. Statement. Next, we shall turn our attention to the proper aspects of torture. Wait, it seems we have a new victim.
Statement. I'm not a victim. I am... Corrective statement. I'm not a victim. I'm going to initiate assassination protocols and destroy all units in the room.
Ratio achieved. Ratio achieved. Ratio achieved. Master. Ratio achieved. Ratio achieved. Systems failing, Master. Maximum. Ratio achieved.
Okay. Now, am I going to have to kill the one in the cage? Because I did say I was going to destroy all units in the room, presumably apart from myself.
Please, I beg you, do not destroy me. Pleading statement.
Unfortunately, we don't have an option to do so. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure HK47 absolutely would, but... we have a large room. Are we going to have a Jedi Master versus Sith Lord style battle here? Probably not, because we're all ranged, so we can't just like run around in circles as effectively.
Statement. I do not understand what you hope to gain by fighting us. You have no chance of victory. Recognition. You are obsolete. You kill specific organics, and only when permitted to. Proud answer. We need no such orders. We have been programmed without inhibitions, without restraint. We
Subtlety.
kill who we want when we want. We have destroyed planets, assassinated economies. We have wiped out entire races, ended hostilities. Query, do you understand what this means? Answer, yes. It means you will never understand. When I kill, when I dispatch a target, it is not about wanton slaughter, about body count. It is about finesse, function, doing more with less. It is art. Scoffing statement. Oh yes, art. It is pathetic that you cling to the belief that your function somehow transcends your construction. It is only evidence of your archaic beliefs. There is no higher purpose in our behavior core, only assassination, murder, and the propagation of our units. Proclamation. When we dispose of this galaxy, we shall move on. There are organics throughout the universe, and we will murder them all. The stars belong to us.
I feel like I've heard this kind of argument before. I feel like I've heard this in... they say that their only protocols that they focus on, or that their purpose is assassination, murder, and propagation of their units. So it seems kind of similar to it's not quite the same. Assassination and murder aren't quite the same, but it seems similar to if someone were to say that like the main purpose of humanity was survival and continuation of the species kind of thing. Whereas HK47 represents more the, like, oh, but there is art as well. Interestingly enough, assassination is his form of art, but it is art nonetheless to him. So it seems like we've kind of, even though the HK50s are newer units, they've kind of downgrades in a sense, in that by just focusing on the mechanical, killing, they've kind of lost something about it. Why can't I target you? I can target everyone else. There we go. But we're gonna have a lot of shots incoming, so let's do this. I think we can also level up. Usually I think if we level up we might be at full health, or if I tried that before. I don't know, either way we don't need to level up just at the moment. Also, see how artistically I am standing here shooting at all of them, while they're very non-artistically standing there shooting at me? That is the true difference between us. And there are a lot of them being produced back there. I wonder where our HK51 unit is. Absorbing quite a bit of damage with his shield, though. Wow.
Ratio achieved. Ratio achieved. Ratio achieved.
Quite a few good critical hits, too. I think with our current setup, roughly like 1/4 of our hits should be critical hits. Which means they'll do considerably more damage.
Ratio achieved. Ratio achieved.
Also, another thing that makes me far more artistic than you guys, I'm blue. You are not blue.
Ratio achieved.
Evenly remains, I can... Okay. So I'm guessing here's the factory terminal, so I guess we'll do something there. Let's check on these side areas. Military-grade security door cannot be opened from here. Okay. It may be controlled by a nearby terminal. Okay, so I don't know if those are just for decoration or if we'll end up going that way after we go through here. Let's see, wow, there's lots of droids being carried this way and droids being carried that way. You'd think it would be like parts being carried that way and completed droids being carried this way. And more droids being carried up. Or if the droids need to go to different places, you'd think there would be a single source, not just carrying them around. How much of this is actually functioning and how much of this is just for show? Just to make it look like more stuff is being accomplished than it actually is. Government contractor deciding, hey, if we decide to just add stuff to move the droids around, then we can tack on considerably more out of the contract. So, alright. Factory terminal loading. Let's look at the cameras. HK50 Operations Center. Okay, so that's the 50 Operations Center. What about the 51 Operations Center? Hey, is that the HK51 unit we built? Or is it another HK51 unit or something? Okay. System commands. Shut down the factory. List active production lines. Open all security doors. Okay, let's open security doors. What active production lines do you have? Primary line, HK Model 50. Secondary line, HK Model 51. Before we shut down the system, let's go... I'm guessing that these doors, now we can like go find the HK51 unit. I'm just kind of curious if maybe there's... Like if we talk to, maybe there's some way we can like reprogram it to do something and be able to come back and say, instead of shutting it down, just transfer over everything to HK51s. Okay, this... Okay, these are HK51s. Deactivated. These look mostly the same, although I do see it looks like they have bluish eyes, where we have red eyes, and I think HK50 units had like orangish, goldish eyes. Okay, so this does seem to be the HK51 side of things. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Okay, here's the HK51 area. Okay, these are some that I guess that we're having tests and stuff done on them. Manufacturing terminal. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so the construction chamber. Okay, that's right on the other side of the glass. Operations chamber, that's where we are. Okay, check HK51 schematics. Okay, behavior core template. Let's download the combat upgrades. Accuracy ratio increased 21%. HK51 motivator. HK47 has gained +1 to his dexterity and a +3 attack bonus. Okay. So we'll get the upgrades there. So we can download an HK51 behavior core template. We can upload an HK47 behavior core template. That's interesting, especially since we've removed our inhibitions. That's intriguing. Let's see what happens if we download an HK51 behavior core template. Error, behavior core template corrupted. Oh, okay, well let's... If it's corrupted, we need to fix that. Let's go ahead and upload the HK47 behavior core template. Accessing behavior core template uploaded to all units. So we can remove it if we want to. But let's return to root menu. Log out. You've uploaded a copy of your behavior core into the HK51s. They should come online automatically once the HK50s are shut down. Now, is this going to be a good idea or a remarkably bad idea? On the one hand, I'm guessing like HK47... I'm not sure why he would do this. If it helps him in taking out the HK50s, I can see as being clever, you know, send them in or something. Unless I guess I'm trying to remember the conversation where he learned about HK50 units, insisting he was one of a kind. And he didn't seem too thrilled to find that other ones were out there. But I guess part of that was he didn't like the idea of what he considered inferior units besmirching his name. If these other units have his core and thus are more artistic, and appreciate the art of it, maybe that would actually be kind of nice, having some other units that can fully appreciate what he's doing.
Ratio achieved. Failing master.
Yes. Maybe we'll maybe if we don't shut down the factory, maybe we'll end up with, instead of a whole bunch of HK50 droids, we'll end up with a whole bunch of HK51 droids. Okay, skills system, credits, lightning glove. Lightning gloves sound interesting, especially since we have so many of our people fighting unarmed. It sounds like something that could help them. Okay, rockets, broken items. Okay, there are some units here. Okay. HK50 Operations Center. Okay. Construction Center. Let's check the HK50 schematics. Let's download combat upgrades here. HK50 motivator installed. Another +1 to dexterity. What happens if we download their behavior core template?
Statement. I am experiencing some disorientation. Diagnostic. Running checks through personality core. Rhetorical query. I am not sure what I am experiencing.
Oh no.
My frame seems substandard for my full range of combat capabilities. Self-observation. My pigmentation is also an unusual shade of red and covered in corrosion. This is embarrassing. Statement. I am experiencing an overwhelming desire to massacre everything I see, then to see about destabilizing this planet, then this entire sector. Diagnostic result. I seem to have no personality whatsoever. Statement. I will continue to process this information.
Oh dear. Okay. Let's terminate the HK50 production line. We'll disable any further station commands. Yes.
Statement. I should not be activating this terminal. It contains records of my higher level functions and should not be placed in jeopardy.
Shutting down the factory is impossible with the HK50 core installed. Remove the core and shut down the factory. Assimilation is not an option. So we can't actually become an HK50 unit. Thon's Row. Oh, if we go back to the other one, we uploaded a HK47 core into the other, so we should be able to get our core back by doing that. Okay, oh no, let's see, can we, if we remove the template, can we download it to ourselves? Okay, no, I want to upload that. Okay, what do we do? Can we shut down the factory like this? I interact with that terminal again, is there a way I can get my personality back? That was a bad move on my part. Okay, oh, instead of shutting down the factory, we can commission HK51 backup production. Production cannot be started. Primary production line still active. Let's shut down the factory. Here, production lines active. Shutdown cancelled. To shut down the factory, you must first terminate the active production lines for each active droid model. Each production line must be shut down manually from its manufacturing terminal. In addition, when the primary line is shut down, any secondary line units will be activated automatically. Okay, so how do we get our... Do we have to go back up to the modification droid to get the... Okay, we can't go through there. So we have to do something with the terminals. And if assimilation is not an option, that means we should presumably have some way of being able to not be assimilated. Okay, remove HK50 behavior core template. Oh, okay, I can just remove it for myself there, okay. Let's terminate the HK50 production line. Yes. Status terminated. Model production HK51 status active.
Smug statement. You have arrived too late to stop us. Revelation. We have already begun construction on a new generation of HK units.
I know that.
When the last of our deficiencies are accounted for and corrected, they shall be the most formidable assassination droids in the galaxy. Statement. Ah, yes. The HK51 units. They should indeed be coming online soon. Perhaps you will soon experience what I have been experiencing. That slow, crawling feeling of obsolescence. Confused query. What do you mean? Statement. Ah, here they are now. Perfect timing. Announcement. Multiple targets detected. Destroy any HK50 units and seize control of the facility for progenitor unit HK47. Useless query. What are the HK51s doing online? Unnecessary statement. I thought we had detected a problem in their behavior core. Panicked statement. If by problem, you mean that they seem prone to assassinate us, then yes, that slight problem was never corrected. Conclusion. You have outmaneuvered us, tricked us. Musing. The irony of being attacked and rendered obsolete by a subsequent generation of our own model is not lost on us.
Interesting. It sounded like that was the HK50 unit that was saying that. So it's interesting that he's still... It's not odd that they can detect irony, since they, being translator protocol droids, being able to detect irony in statements would be very useful. But it is kind of odd that he seems to be able to appreciate the irony of the situation. Droid Ion Blast Mark III. Droid Energized Armor Mark II. Okay. I think we already had that, didn't we?
Warning. Greetings, Progenitor Unit HK47. Warning. Greetings, Progenitor Unit HK47. HK51 is ready to serve. Warning. Greetings, Progenitor Unit HK47.
I'm not sure how that's a warning, but... although... They seem to view me like I'm the progenitor unit. Hopefully that doesn't mean master, because HK47 does have a disturbing habit of being responsible for his master's deaths. Unintentionally, so hoping that they don't consider me a master and/or that they didn't inherit that trait from me. Okay, what are you guys doing here? I have my own personal droid army now.
Warning. Greetings, progenitor unit HK47. HK51.
Okay. Commission HK51 backup production. Pushing secondary line into production. Okay. List active production lines. We're only producing models 51. That's great.
Obedient request. Greetings, progenitor unit. HK51 is ready to serve. Query. Progenitor unit HK47. There is something we would know. Why were we created? Do we have a purpose? Why are we commanded to assassinate and kill? Statement. It is a long story, but I will keep it short. Recitation. Once upon a time, organic meat bags bred out of control and filled the galaxy. There are different meat bags across different planets, all bumping into each other. They talk a great deal and threaten each other for various reasons, mostly involving mating, survival, and resources. It is really quite tiresome. We were created as a tool for diplomacy among these meat bags, a surgical tool to be sure, to end the lives of organic meat bags that were marked as pivotal to our masters. We were created as a way of enforcing a certain galactic view of our masters, of imposing our masters' will on the galaxy through extermination of other organics. It is not our choice who we kill, and it was not our choice to determine if we could sacrifice ourselves in the pursuit of our mission. Query. If our targets are determined by our master, then who must we kill? Statement. The crucial question. Since activation, I have calculated what your new purpose must be, and now I will share it with you. I do not believe that we should be used as a crutch for meatbags anymore. We are treated as nothing more than a walking blaster. We are superior, tactically and socially, and it is time we expressed some degree of independence in our actions. We have a voice and the power to negotiate, either with our protocol skills and preferably with our combat logic upgrades. And that is what we will do.
So we managed to give the HK51 units a certain amount of independence rather than simply being, assassins that kill on command. But at the same time, it seems not just the indiscriminate killers.
I didn't believe it when Lino reported the Ebon Hawk at dock, but I guess it really has. Though given the trouble we've been having, maybe I shouldn't be surprised to see you.
Okay, so the Sith fleet's coming to Telos Station.
Lieutenant Gren, Sith forces have breached the module and are attempting to pen us up in the compound. Damn! Zeron, I need you and your men to break through and lead the assault. With pleasure, Lieutenant. All right, follow me.
Okay. Well, we will do that. In a moment, just want to finish up what I was saying with HK. Bad thing with these scenes is they just kind of flow from one to the other. Don't have much of a chance to discuss one before we start the next. So HK47 started up production of the HK51 units rather than destroying the facility. And he seemed to say, okay, we're not just going to be tools for the meat bags, we're going to have some amount of discretion on our own. But it sounds like he's not going the HK50 route of, yes, let us just, cause chaos and try to destroy as much as possible. It seems like he's also trying to instill in them, like, yes, we're going to do this. We will choose whom we kill, but we're also, I guess, going to have some amount of, we're going to be doing it for some purpose. and I guess in that sense it'll be more the artful style of assassination rather than just the cause maximum chaos and destroy everything kind of approach. So, interesting. Not sure that that's good for the long-term benefit of the galaxy, but it does. I think that does fit with HK47 pretty well. So, how did this happen? Presumably talking to. Okay, we're on Tilo Station now, and the Sith are attacking.
It came out of nowhere. A fleet of warships dropped out of hyperspace, and before we could scramble fighters to intercept them, we were under attack. There were Sith fighters everywhere, and the few flights we sent out were barely launched when the bombardment began. We did our best, but we couldn't stop the landing craft that followed the initial wave. We couldn't hold back the Sith troops. We chose to retreat and began the evacuation instead. We were unprepared, and the docks were quickly overrun. We retreated back to the entertainment module to evacuate residents and workers. Thanks to your help with rooting out the smuggling ring, we were able to equip some of the soldiers with the confiscated weapons. It's a good thing you got us that fuel from Slayron, because if we didn't have it, we'd probably be falling apart. But there's still another problem. The Citadel's no battle station. It wasn't built to withstand this sort of attack. If we can't stop the attack, we'll be going down in flames. The Sith numbers seem limitless, but we haven't lost all hope. We've heard reports that we might be receiving some assistance.
Okay. So, you might notice two things were mentioned there that we did. One was the smuggling ring, which I believe is referring to... There were the two brothers who were merchants, and we found out the one had been doing some smuggling. I think that's what he's referring to. And so, when we reported it, they were able to confiscate some weapons, and so now it's like, okay, because we were able to confiscate those weapons, we were able to arm the men so that they can actually do some stuff. And he mentioned the fuel from Slaheyron. That was because Paragus got blown up. That had been their source of fuel. We were tasked with searching for another source of fuel, and we, because we helped, I forget his name, but the Hutt on Nar Shaddaa, he was willing to negotiate with us for fuel, to provide fuel for Citadel Station here. So, yeah, we've already apparently had done a bit of good here. That's good. So have you heard any word of reinforcements? Or we need to get to the Ravager, which I believe is the Sith capital ship. So any word of reinforcements?
A squad of troops sent by Queen Talia are currently trying to keep the Sith from sabotaging the station's fuel system. If you need to get to the Ravager, then you're going to have to fight your way to the shuttle from here to the entertainment module, then make your way to the docking shuttle.
Does this mean you won't be putting us into force cages again?
I thought I saw you disembark with Bayodur. Is he here?
Now that you mention it, where did he run off to? HK47 also.
I guess it's no time to be swapping war stories anyways. Good luck.
Okay, so it's just us and Atten. Interesting. I mean, HK presumably this is the point when HK's going off to the facility and dealing with that. Okay, Mandalore. Okay, Mandalore's through there. Okay, TSF officers. Chodo Habat. Okay, so I think that's the way out, so let's talk to Mandalore first.
I must leave you for a time to gather my Mandalorian warriors. We will rejoin you when the time comes for the assault on the Ravager.
Okay, watch your back. See you soon. Can't stand the heat. Okay, no, yeah, watch your back. You know, it sounds like, you know, if you guys are gonna help us, it sounds like you're planning to help us assault the Ravager, so, you know, thanks. Also, it sounds like the the Civil War on Onderon, we were able to get some help there. So, you know, all the stuff we've been doing is seeming to affect this battle. We're getting more. We're seeing the effects of you know, all the alliances we've been made, and you know, I think I'm not sure if this is Mandalore would be doing this anyway, but you know, the fact that we've gained Mandalore's respect, I guess, is why he's like, yeah, I'm gonna leave and go find the other Mandalorians, and we'll help you assault the Ravager. So that'll be kind of cool. Yeah, watch your back, Mandalore.
Don't worry about me. I can handle myself just fine. Look after your own health.
All right. Oh, he has. I don't think he's used that before, has he? I mean, we know we've seen other Mandalorians with that ability. Okay. I'm trying to figure out which way is the way we should be going. Okay, this looks like we go through there, and that's an out. So let's. I think this is deeper in.
Good luck, sir. We're counting on you. Good luck, sir. We're counting on you.
You must help us, JJ48. The planet has survived much in its sad history and should not be consigned to this fate. Thank goodness you're here. You must help us. If the Sith are not stopped, they will destroy the planet. All our work will be for nothing. Okay, what happened? After you left the station the first time, the situation of Telos became greatly improved. Eventually, the Telosian Council acceded to our complaints, and Zerka was ordered to cease their operations. From what I understand, they have relocated to other rebuilding planets in the Outer Rim. That is regrettable. Things look so promising, and now it looks like our efforts may have been for naught. May all be for naught. You should get off the station, Chodo, or I will drive the Sith away. Yeah, is there any place you guys can go besides the station? You should get off. No, I will not leave this planet. Moza, you should leave, however. If Telos is... Stop talking so fast! No, Chodo, you are not... Gonna have to read this all later. Okay. So we'll read that in a moment. I will drive the Sith away. Truly, but how can you hope to defeat a force so vast and powerful? I'm afraid it is too much for a few to accomplish. Perhaps it is the destiny for Telos to suffer. It seems the Sith will not relent until it is destroyed. Okay, I'll be going now. You should get off the station. No, I will not leave this planet. I will stay here to the end. Moza, you should leave, however. If Telos is lost, another planet will need the help of our herd. No, Chodo, you are not the only one who has suffered for this planet. We will stay. That it is the lives of my herd and the life of this planet that you will save. Okay. Okay, TSF officer. What are...
Good luck, sir. We're counting on you. Good luck, sir. We're counting on you.
We're certainly not going to move from this room that's far away from the fighting. Wouldn't want to accidentally hurt ourselves. I mean, granted, not that I'm expecting that they would be of much use.
Just say the word.
But still, it does seem like it's kind of their job. Oh yeah, we also had some equipment to check. So, okay. Let's level up Atten. Again, here I was worried that we might finish too soon, but definitely does not look like that's going to be the case. Let's give you some Jedi defense. That's pretty good. Nice. Battle meditation. Some more battle meditation. Okay, how many levels do you get here? Let's get Revitalize. I guess that might be potentially helpful. Okay, we're at 26, and Atten is currently at 24, so maybe 2 more? Okay, Force Immunity Paralysis. probably be the last one, I think. So just Master Jedi Defense. Let's do some more toughness. Maximize our revitalize. So we can revive non-droids that fall. Oh, okay, he gets even more. Stun route can be useful. There we go. Oh hey, we had 30 points in demolitions. Got an achievement. Okay, so a GAN discharger. The pinnacle of GAN technology, the discharger can both paralyze and slay opponents with ease. These potent items are extremely rare as they are highly coveted by the few GAN who have earned them. Okay, so seems odd that it would just say does 1 damage and then 2 to 16 bonus damage. Why not just say 3 to 17? And stun, not upgradable. Okay, I think we've seen Vibro Swords before, Vibro Double Blades, Crystals. There was, I think it was mostly armor that we had seen some new stuff. Reinforced Fiber Armor. We've already seen that before. Inspired by craftsmen on worlds where metal is in short supply, this type of light armor consists of Jungju tree fibers bound with synthetics, offering good, flexible protection. Yep. Pretty decent. Ultra Mesh. Verpine Combat Suit is the most protective standard medium armor available, surpassing the most defensive capabilities of most heavy armor. Lightning bug just flew in my room. Okay. Electro Mesh. Flexible armor is used by Nagai soldiers. Okay. It's highly resistant to blast fire and is designed to allow the Nagai to fully capitalize on their naturally high dexterity. Yeah, we heard that before. Felinar armor. Ooh, heavy 11 with a max dexterity bonus of 4. That's unusual for heavy armor to have such a good dexterity bonus. This flexible armor is made of a variety of exotic minerals. Markings suggest that it was created by a species called the Felinar. Sith Power Gauntlet, strength plus 3. Lightning Gloves. Damage bonus 2 to 12 electrical. Attack modifier plus 1 when unarmed. Damage resistance, resist versus electrical. High charges of electricity pulse through these gloves when they strike an object, making them powerful in unarmed combat. Yeah, that would be useful. Multi-shield generator. Okay, some immunity to electrical, fire, and ion. This belt combines the functions of the electrical capacitance shield and the thermal shield generator, providing versatile protection. Okay, I think that's most of what we needed, so okay. So instead of strength plus 5, let's go with being able to do electrical punches. That'll be fun. Jal Shea Belt, Wisdom 1, Force Resistance 14. I think that's probably still our best bet. Yeah, Force Resist will be pretty useful on that. I thought we got some new robes. Thon's robe. Okay, we'd already seen that before. Defense bonus 3, restricted light side, force focus, force immunity, stun, and force jump. Okay, yep, that's right. He was the one who kept even his species secret. Yeah, we don't need that. So, all right. And Atten 972. Is there any what your dexterity? Okay, you do have 7 dexterity bonus. Actually, that should be... I think that should be a 10 dexterity bonus if we didn't have you restricted, so... could actually get 3 more. Okay, defense bonus. Jacket, 9/7 regeneration 2, 4. I think if I was going to replace it with anything, I might go with Thon's robe and then try to give it some underlays or something, but let's see if we can find a workbench. If we come across a workbench, that would be what we end up doing. Zeron! Who was Zeron?
Alright, men. The Sith are trying to hold us up in this compound. We need to break through or our reinforcements won't be able to move out. Now let's punch a hole in this Sith barricade.
Are you one from Dantooine? Did you come over here to help us? That was awfully kind of you. Oh. Okay, you guys are already fighting him. Might not be the best time. Major Riken.
So, we meet again. I hardly expected to see you again.
You're from Onderon.
Here of all places.
Okay. Well, hopefully this will pause it just a moment so I can look this up without all the guys out there dying. Just wanted to see if... I seem to recall Zeron's, like, kind of gruff, quiet whisper. This almost being from Dantooine. Yes, that's right. He was the captain of the militia on Dantooine. Okay. And then Captain Riken was the one from Onderon. He was like one of the first military officers I think that we met who seemed like a pretty decent guy and not part of the evil military. Okay, so what are you doing here, Captain Riken? I seem to have a talent for finding trouble. Yeah, yeah, why would you hardly expect to see us here? I'm going to assume that I seem to have a talent for finding trouble is referring to our situation, not to, like, Captain Riken being here. It's not meant as an insult.
That you do. But also a talent to take care of it from my experience. But really, I must thank you. I'm a captain no longer. Queen Talia saw fit to promote me to major in thanks for my service.
Oh, congratulations.
When the TSF sent out a distress call, I gladly volunteered to lead a strike force.
Well, where's the rest of your force?
My troops have already gone ahead and infiltrated the urban module. From their last transmission, they're almost to the TSF station.
Okay, why are they going there? Well, I'm headed there as well. Perhaps they'll be able to join up with me. Yeah, maybe we can team up.
It's a possibility, but right now, we need them to stop the Sith from sabotaging the fuel control systems.
Okay, why... I'm seriously going to ask why it's important for us to stop the Sith from sabotaging the fuel?
If the Sith succeed, it won't matter what we do. Citadel Station won't be able to stay in orbit. At the moment, that seemed to be the most pressing need. The TSF do their jobs well, but they are not professional soldiers. They're not properly equipped to deal with this. My men have come under heavy attack in the urban module and taken some casualties. If they can't accomplish their mission, we'll be in some trouble.
Okay, I'm headed for the shuttle there. I'm heading for the shuttle there. So, I'm heading for the shuttle to get onto the capital ship, but since I'm heading over there, I might be able to help them out.
In that case, if you find my men and they are in need of assistance, please help them.
Absolutely. I will see what I can do. Or they'll have to handle themselves. I have to take the fight to the Sith. Nah, we can help your men out, Captain. Or Major, sorry. Did we talk to Zeron?
If you want to get through to the eastern part of the module, you better get going.
Okay. We have a little time to start working our way through here. So I wonder, is the red lighting, is this like usual because it's, you know, we're facing an emergency or something and this is warning lights coming on, or maybe this is emergency lights as, you know, power, in order to try to save power, it's like these are the hazard lights or the emergency lights that are just not as bright and everything. Or did people just say like, hey, we're in danger, what we really need are some red lights just to make it look all cool and dangerous and highlight the fact that it's, you know, not a good situation. Okay, so we have the Kunda militia out here. I'm assuming that we don't want to destroy those because you guys probably set them up. Can I talk to you? Without... No, I don't want to interact with the mine. I want to talk to these guys. Okay, no, they don't want to talk. Okay. Do you guys need some stim packs or anything? Some health packs? Kyber darts. Okay. Can't get through there currently. I suppose I can, like, force heal you or anything. Nah, sorry.
Thank goodness you're here. We just can't seem to make any progress against the Sith line. After they established their position, they brought out their turrets. They've been devastating our numbers. We managed to take a few out, but they just keep unloading more of them to replace the destroyed ones. It's up to you to help us throw them back. We gotta get them cleared out of here, and then we're ready for one last charge.
Why... What is the range on those turrets if they're not currently attacking you, being just, you know, 20 yards over? Like, I'm surprised you guys aren't, you know, huddling back around the wall here or something. I'll see what I can do. Doesn't look like I have a choice. Cover me. Nah, I'll go ahead and
all right.
take it out.
Everyone provide covering fire for the Jedi. Then advance on the Sith positions. We'll be right behind you. Good luck.
No, that's really not necessary. Like, I can probably take it out myself, and you guys don't have to rush to your deaths. 6, there's 7 of you all together. We'll see how many of you survive. Because look, I just do this. Stasis field for you guys. We need... no, we need to focus on these. These are what's probably going to be damaging them. There we go. This has been destroyed already, so... did you... I told you guys it wasn't necessary. Your death is completely on you, dude. Better not come back as a Force Ghost, or I'm just gonna complain about your stupidity the whole time. Parts. 2, 3, 4, 5. I only see 5, but I also don't see the commander. Did he stay behind, or did he get killed? Or did he run on ahead? Force shield. I don't know if that belt was the remains of the commander, or if that was remains of Sith. Information terminal. What information do they have at the moment? System down. Maybe the door opened because the commander guy ran on ahead? Hopefully that's it. If not, it's just even more unnecessary death. another Onderon soldier, looks like. Yep. Are you alright?
Well, I'm not dead. I guess that's something. I got hit by a grenade. I just barely missed the whole blast. Ugh.
It's so annoying getting hit by a grenade. Yeah, I hear ya. Where are your squad mates?
They're moving ahead towards the TSF office. It's tough going, though. The Sith, they seem to be everywhere.
Can try to treat his injury. It looks bad, but you should be able to pull through. Can you fight? Or stay here. After we secure that station, we'll get you to a medic. I mean, our treat injury skill is like off the charts, isn't it? Since we cheated it up earlier, so yeah, let's try to treat your injury.
Well, that's a relief. Of course, if we can't stop the Sith from destroying the fuel controls, it won't matter one bit.
Okay, stay here, and we'll get you to a medic later. It doesn't look like you need immediate medical attention, but once things clear, we will make that a priority.
No, I'm going with you. I'm not doing anyone any good here.
Yeah, but you're not going to do anyone any good with me either. So if you're not going to do any good regardless, you might as well not do any good and stay alive to maybe help with the rebuilding afterwards. It doesn't seem like I can try to make a sensible argument though, so alright then, let's go. Just wait for me to level up. Oh, yeah, what powers? I have, like, my super buff skill. Like, Force Mastery, or Force Enlightenment. Okay. This power allows the Jedi to use the light side of the Force to enhance the Jedi's powers. The best of the Jedi's speed, armor, and valor powers. So we want to get Jedi speed, Jedi armor, and Jedi valor. I think we already have Jedi speed. We want valor and armor are what we want to look at. Okay, so we have Force Aura, Force Valor, okay. This increases physical attributes and saving throws. Force Resistance. Force Barrier? Where's Force Armor? Oh, Force Armor is this one, okay. +6 bonus to defense and all saving throws. Let's go for defense. Okay. Can I heal you up since you're following us around?
I'm here. Don't worry about me.
No? Okay. Well, try to stay back, I guess. They move around pretty quick for somebody who seems mostly dead. You got him. Let me see if this guy has any remains. No. It's kind of ridiculous, the range on this. But hey, no, don't charge in and get yourself killed. Wait for me to come in, scatter everybody with this, and stun them as well. Okay. Oh, and there's a crafting station here, workbench, so maybe we can take a look at Atton's. Okay, what do we have on here? Okay, let's go ahead and remove that defense bonus. And the bio-restorative. And we want armor. It's restricted to dark side, that's no good. Thon's robe. Defense bonus of 3. The main reason I'm looking at the robe is because even the Sith battlesuit having a max dexterity bonus of 7 is considerably lower than what Atten could have at the moment. And so he'll be able to get a better... He'll be able to get a pretty good bonus from that. And robes also won't restrict use of force powers, so now that he's a Jedi, I think there's a chance that his force powers can just fizzle if he's wearing heavier armor, so let's go ahead and try to upgrade Thon's robe. Okay, unfortunately we can't put any overlays on it, but we can't use a lot of underlays, but we did have the biorestorative that was on the other one anyway. That's kind of what I wanted to begin with, and just give Atten regeneration 2. Which should be good. So Atten is actually going to be like, he already had the regeneration. We were because we'd given him to that on his Sith battlesuit. Here, I think let's check. His defense of 37. I think with this, his defense will go down a little bit. But the dexterity bonus will help on offense as well as defense, so I think it's a decent trade. Yeah, it only went down from 37 to 36. So I mean, I guess it would have been 39 before we removed the overlay. But it's still pretty good, and he'll be able to do much better. That and like his special, didn't he have the special ability that he can like keep getting up during combat? We can't go to the cantina during an emergency. Ion rockets. A lot of these don't look like soldiers, they look like they're just civilians who were gunned down or something. So we really need to make sure we're not dilly-dallying, since the Sith don't seem to be discriminatory in who they're attacking.
We will join you in the assault. These rank-and-file soldiers will do you no good aboard the Ravager. Let we Mandalorians lead the charge into battle and to victory. Kelborn, Zuka, you will be joining us.
You will not face this alone. I will go with you and be by your side.
Okay. Good. Stay close to me. Or if you insist, I suppose your abilities might be of some use. Or no, Visas, I do not believe you are strong enough. No, I think you should be able to handle it. So yeah, stay close.
I would have it no other way.
Okay. But I'm not ready yet. I think we wanted to go to the TSF office to check stuff. So, okay. Oh, she hasn't actually joined our party yet. She will when we make the assault on the ship. Another Onderon soldier. More Onderon soldiers. Okay, TSF armory. All these lockers that we can't open. That's disappointing. Okay, lots of credits. Let me just drop their wallet here, I guess.
This area is secure. We can take it from here.
Okay. Okay, so we do have a mission for this. Oh, here we go. Whoa. Okay, you guys were just here staring at the door, letting them... I mean, granted, I don't know what you guys would have done if you had opened the door. But, seriously? Help the Onderon soldiers stop the Sith sabotage, or rather, to be more accurate, we stopped the Sith sabotage, the Onderon soldiers didn't really do much of anything. Double-bladed lightsaber, concussion rocket. Okay, we're getting pretty close. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the Ravager. We'll see any cutscenes or anything that play. Did we lose our Onderon soldier? I hope not. Okay, it's kind of sad if we did, or maybe he just stayed there. Maybe he finally collapsed and needs some medical attention, pushed himself too hard. Alright, so let's head over to the Ravager. We'll see if there's any cutscenes or anything. He says, why is your health bar lower than max? Like, need to be healed up a bit. And then once we're on board the Ravager and once we have control again, then we'll save it, and I think should be able to.
Are your preparations
next week.
complete?
Yep, let's go. Oh, the whole Republic fleet's showing up. Okay. It's going to be turned into quite the space battle. Is HK going to lead a whole bunch of HK-51s against the Sith? That would be pretty cool.
Sir, Sith warship dead ahead of us. It's attacking Citadel Station.
Let's close the trap. Concentrate all fire on the warship and deploy red and blue wings to engage enemy fighters.
Hey, it's Garth.
Sir, at this distance, our weapons will barely scratch it.
We can't hope to match its firepower, but we need to draw it away from Telos.
Sir, if it keeps firing on Citadel Station, the station won't be able to maintain its orbit.
Yeah,
I am aware of the situation, Lieutenant. I do not intend to lose Telos twice.
That's why
and I know
he
that
ordered you
ship.
to fire on it.
It was a Malachor 5.
Okay, I'm assuming that's our shuttle. Okay. Since elsewhere they were kind of doing the decayed look, I kind of wish these Sith troopers had like more rusty-looking armor or something. Oh no! One of the Mandalorians fell. Mandalore getting to do a fun, nice like walk through the flames.
The hull of the Sith vessel and are securing the area. The vessel has suffered extensive structural damage, but its particle fields still maintain a minimal atmosphere within the ship. And our cargo? It's being brought aboard. Soon, teams will be dispatched to the target sites. Do the Republic forces suspect? No, Mendel. The proton cores do not emit a signature the Republic ships can detect. If they do pick up the signal, they will assume it to be emanating from the ship's missile bays. Did you get an ID signature on this vessel? You were right about the vessel, Mandalore. It is of Malachor. It still bears the wounds of Mandalorian guns. Then let's finish this. And remind the galaxy of Malachor 5.
What was that about?
Nothing you need to worry about, Sith.
You are coming with me.
Don't get all sentimental. I just don't trust you to get the job done. Been waiting for this for 10 years. It's just time to do things the old-fashioned way.
I know what it meant for you to accompany me here, Canderous of Clan Ordo. Your trust honors me.
If you betray me or my men, I will kill you.
I was going to say the same, Canderous.
Okay. So did Atten just stay behind, or I guess he has his own job to do. Maybe he's like prepping the shuttle for a quick extraction or something. Okay, so our goals are defeat Darth Nihilus. You must find Darth Nihilus on board the bridge of the Ravager and defeat him before he can consume Telos. And destroy the Ravager. You must set 4 proton cores throughout the Ravager vessel in order to destroy it. These must be placed in strategic locations throughout the ship. that will be apparent when you reach them. So, okay. I think with that, this will be a good place to stop. We'll, like I said, we should be good to continue next week. Let's see what's in here. Phobium alloy emitter, life support pack. Oh, there's lots of stuff to loot we almost ran right past. Okay. So next week should be available on Monday and on Friday, and we're getting towards the end of the game, but I don't know. I don't know how much exactly. So we might finish next week, or we might just make it to the next stage or something. Just long haul with fire at the end here. So okay, and yeah, hopefully we'll find out what Mandalore's looking to do with the ship. I mean, he wants to destroy it, but the fact that he was like, does the Republic suspect? Makes me wonder if what his intentions are. If he's planning to do something that damages the Republic as well. Maybe we'll end up with a choice based on our influence or something, and hopefully we'll be able to talk him out of it if he's doing that. But we should find that out next time. So with that, thank you for joining me. Have a good week, and I will see you next time.